It's about 9:45. We're 15 minutes away from 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna go ahead and enter in here.
Order filled.
Drop down to a lower time frame. Probably add one more. We'll see. Probably was too early. But I like it. I'm looking to target perhaps midnight open. We go back to midnight open and take out previous day high, but we'll see. But the first trade of the day is in the books.
Order filled.
So we added to our position, and I'm going to move my stop to here below this level. Or should we just keep our stop where we had it? So let's see how this trade plans itself out. Gonna cut risk a little bit. So Fed Chair Watch says no secret I wanted the balance sheet to be smaller should depend on rates. Hearing alarm on. So Fed Chair Watch is still speaking. Obviously the market is turning a little bit bullish. So he may be saying some good key things within this time right here, which is good. So we're close to approaching our first initial TP, which is here. At this level, we'll look to be able to take some profits off at 75.37. So we're looking a little bit stronger. I'm liking what I see here. I would like for us to break above this level. Right now we're trading at midnight open, so we are above midnight open again. Can we continue to push higher off of this manipulated move down low, and the market continues to push itself higher from this point here? We have about 3 minutes and 50 seconds until this 15-minute candle closes here. Maybe perhaps we get an open low close high on the next 15-minute candle. So you see that what happened here was our bias changed from what it was of what we actually wanted. We wanted to move further up first, then we got the pullback, and then we looked to go lower, right? Distribute to the downside. But what we see is we got the manipulated move to the downside first, a sweep of London lows, and now we retrace back up, going up, and now we're at midnight open. Do we constantly pull back here? I have no idea as to why the market will want to come back to retest any of those areas, but so far, that's what we got. So let's continue to be patient and see how it plays itself out on this trade here. And we've been hanging around midnight open during Asia and London, right? So this area has been like a support area. So if we are able to bust through here and continue to previous day high, I would like that. And get that next draw on liquidity there at previous day high. 75.68 will be the initial target. Beautiful way to exercise patience here. We are approaching first initial TP. We're 1 minute away from 10 o'clock before news comes out. So we do have news. All right, ISM. So it is 10 o'clock now. ISM manufacturing has not come out yet. I thought it was up here just a few seconds ago. So we're 1 minute away from that this morning. We're about to hit our first initial TP to secure profits for today. Our previous was 54.0. So let's see what our actual is, which is coming out within the next 30 seconds here, 20 seconds.
Order filled.
All right, so we hit first TP on today. All right, so our previous was 54.0. ISM manufacturing consensus reported at 53.3 this morning. So along with Fed Chair Wash and ISM PMI coming out this morning, we see that we're having that reversal move that's there. So it was good that we were able to right? So now that we were able to take some profits here, let's modify this down to 2. And we'll bring ourselves back to midnight. And see, just like yesterday, this is what we were supposed to get on yesterday. Let's see if we can probably come. We'll come back a little bit below midnight open. We'll come to this level here. We don't want to be wick ourselves, get the trade some room to breathe, get ourselves wicked out of position, right? So, one thing that I was paying attention to of the mistake that we made on yesterday was what? What was the mistake that was made on yesterday? The mistake that was made on yesterday was us being able to move our initial TP when we wasn't supposed to move it at all. We wasn't supposed to move our initial TP. We did, and it cost us a trade, right? It cost us. So today we find our initial target on where we wanted to take our first initial TP. We did not move it, and it paid itself off for us. That's what I'm talking about when I say making up for the mistakes it is that you make and do it in real time, right? Can you be a person who corrects your mistakes when you make a mistake and you remember the mistake you made? Oh man, I remember when I just did this here. I shouldn't have did this. I should have done this. You know what I mean? Having a true idea as to what you did that was wrong and then just correcting it. Doing what you have to do to correct your mistakes. So we see that this is a heavy area of resistance here. So maybe this was another entry for the shorts, right? For shorts to come in and then price continue on shorter, right? That can perhaps be something that's into play here that we have to keep in mind because it's heavy selling pressure that's here. We need to break above this in order for us to be able to continue long and get this draw on liquidity that's here at previous day high at 50 at 75.68. So we're just exercising patience, exercising patience. So I was just taking a look here at our trades from last week total from the 21st all the way to the 27th, but I'm gonna move this up to the first of the month, right? That's including with today. So at the first of the month today, we have a win rate of 62%. That's pretty good, right? A 62% win rate. And our average trade time within our trades have been about 12 to 15 minutes. So we're scalping, right? We're scalping. So within 12 to 15 minutes scalping with a 62% win rate, and we're in profit for the week. You can't beat that. 12 minutes making $2,000. Come on now. Who makes $2,000 in 12 minutes? And okay, full average time within trades, right? Full average time within trades. The number of trades we had of what we taken has been 18. And still have that high percentage on the win rate. I like that. All right, so we're going to trail a little bit here. This morning, I'm liking this level a little bit above here. So we're just going to trail just a little bit. If we continue to break above this, let's see if we're able to be strong enough to reach our TP for today. I'm liking it. Do we have a second target to be able to take some profits off the table again, and we do. I'm looking at it at around 75.47. So we'll set another mm, we'll scale off and let our runner run for the rest of the trade. But what we got here was, although it didn't, like this morning, what were we looking for this morning, right? Like I was pretty much looking for this move to happen like this. I wanted to we get a retracement up and we catch the distribution move to the downside, taking out London low. But the market had its own set of rules. That's why you have to be able to adjust and adapt with the market. The market went and gave us what? It reversed this, and it went and swept London low first and then gave us distribution to the upside. And we were able to then take our initial trade here, boom, and catch that and go. Right? So being able to see it and be patient enough to allow it to play itself out is how you could dominate the markets. We corrected our mistake on yesterday. What was the mistake that was made on yesterday? The mistake that was made on yesterday, we moved our first initial target, right? We moved it just a few ticks up, and that cost us the trade reverted all the way back to our entry, right? And what did we have to do? Correct our mistake. What did we do today? We corrected our mistake, and we was able to set our targets properly of where we needed to set them, and we allowed those targets to be able to get hit and get filled, securing it more profits as the trade begins to run. So those of you who are tuning in, please hit that like button. Please hit the like button for W's in the chat. Put a W in the chat if you were able to take this trade with me. Or put a W in the chat if you were able to understand what it is of everything I've explained. And if you have any questions, please put those questions in the chat as well, so I can be able to help explain to you the model and how to trade ICT. You have a lot of people who despise ICT and they hate it, but for me, this is one of the best models it is to trade with. He's proven, right? The creator, he's proven, and there's nothing that he shared that I have not seen in the market, and the market react totally to what he said. Here we go, approaching our next TP. See if we could get some momentum here. There we go. Come on.
Order filled.
There we go. All right, we're going to modify this down to 1. And now we're just going to let our runner run. Our runner run. We're going to allow our runner to run. And here we go. Let's go ahead and secure ourselves in some more profits on today. We'll come right back a little bit below this level here. So I would consider this a win for today. I like how we was able to make up our mistakes on yesterday. We did not lose any capital on yesterday, right? Although we did not win anything on yesterday because we did not secure our first initial target, but we didn't lose any capital. And that kept us being able to come back to the markets tomorrow and be strong in what it is of what we see and react off of what we saw on yesterday, right? So if you go back to yesterday, as we're looking at this trade here, let's just go back to yesterday. Yesterday, this was our first initial target of what we wanted to trade to. Us moving our no, it was down. Let's see, 5 minute EQ. Okay, it was here where we have our sell stop now. That's where our target was on yesterday. Where our sell stop is now to take us out of the trade if the trade was to pull back. That was our first initial target on yesterday. And you could see we did not hit it. Market just pulled all the way back on us, then reversed and went and went long. And I'm like, man, are you serious? Just those small things is what take us out of position to either be in the trade or lose the trade. Just those small things. And when you could make the right adjustments when you need to make those adjustments, that's what preserve capital. And you have more capital to be able to continue on as you're winning throughout the day. We haven't lost a trade since I want to say probably last week. Not definitely not the beginning of the week, not towards the end. Oh, here we go. I traded Asia on like a Sunday, and it did not pan out well. That's what it was at the beginning of the week. This past week, I traded London. It did not pan well, and I was like, you know what? Let me leave let me leave Asia alone because Asia is just garbage. I prefer for you to not trade Asia session. If you trade Asia session, good luck to you because that is the most garbage I've seen in trading. Pure garbage. We have about 14 minutes until this 5 minute candle closes here. Let's see if we can open up and get an open low close high. If we could get an open low close high on the next 5 minute candle, then we'll continue to trail our position even more. But we have security and profits on today. And so beautiful trade. So let's see if we can open low and close high on this trade. On this candle here. And if you are tuning in, please hit that subscribe button. We're here every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. I will not be here tomorrow. I have an appointment to go to tomorrow, so I will not be here tomorrow to trade with you all. So don't look for us on Thursday, but you can look for us on Friday. All right, so while we're patient here, still waiting. Let's see here. I know y'all hear my phone coming through, but that's good news. Getting text a text message here, getting some good news. So what did we talk about on Bitcoin? I just got with that Bitcoin has broke above 60,000. So I said earlier this morning when we was doing our analysis and going over the markets overall that Bitcoin was looking to reclaim within 60K, right? And that's exactly what happened. Bitcoin literally reclaimed around 60K again. So if we take a look at the futures on Bitcoin and look at there, look at that move, that draw to the upside on Bitcoin. Dog, something told me, man, we should have just entered into the trade. We had a trade here for Bitcoin, and I saw it. I literally called it, and I was like, listen, Bitcoin is headed back to 60K, man. It wants to be within that range again before it do decide to go any lower. It comes back and draw this liquidity that's right up here. Look at all of this. Look at that wick that's there. Comes back and draw liquidity from here with all these stops, and then continue to go on lower. So yeah, those of you who caught wind of that, kudos to you. Kudos to you. So back to our initial trade, and as we're sitting here looking here, we're going a little bit sideways here. So I'm thinking that we're looking to accumulate here and be able to continue our move to the upside here. So we're just going to continue to be a little bit patient. We have trailed, so we're giving the market a little bit of room to breathe. If we don't continue to go up and we just start consolidating here, I will give the trade a little bit room to breathe, giving a little bit of the profits back, maybe coming back to a certain key level that I like. But we have secured profits twice within this trade already, so we're just letting the runner run and do his thing. We just don't want to give all of it back, right? So as the trade is continuing, one thing that I'm looking at, I want to know what, as far as, well, we see silver with a boost this morning, gold with a boost this morning. Uh, is this the volatility that China was talking about? I'm like, what volatility? This is great opportunity to be trading something like gold or silver, right? Like if you know what you're doing, great opportunity to be able to trade these. Um, and look at that entry point of what you could have had this morning. Had we would have been focusing on gold, like which we wasn't. We was focused on indices this morning, not precious metals. But boom, there was your entry point right there. Boom, boom, and took off, right? And it looked like it reclaimed that level of support. So if we were to go here to the daily, there you go. Look at that. The reclaim of support that's there. What was once support became resistance. And look, it reclaimed, it reclaimed that support again. It could be coming here to perhaps I would have to look on the lower time frame to be able to see exactly. Okay. So with this structure, it's looking like price could come back to 4,300, 4,400, perhaps with gold. Just off of a little bit of what we see this morning so far with gold moving the way that it is. But again, this morning, man, I'm liking what it is of what we've done within our specific trade itself, putting ourselves in position to be able to secure profits on today. Now, let's do this real quick. I want us to continue higher to 75.68. That's what I want. 75.68 full TP. I want full TP right here. 75.68. Can we get it? Can we get it? It's 10:25 here. So our runner is running this morning. This trade definitely will be going on a highlight reel too as well. We'll be putting this on our highlight reel. If you go back and check out the highlight reel, we have some really solid trades there of what's been happening on the highlight reel for ES. You have to go and check those out. Take a look at oil. Oil has been, look at this bear flag that's here. You can see it here. I mean, here, 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 and it's going to be dumping even more with oil. Psh. That's insane. I do want to show you a little bit of, and I don't mind those of you who do want to be a part of New Level and get some of our macro intel of what we've been discussing. I'm gonna put this up for you too as well, so that you could be able to see this macro intel of what we've been discussing. And what we've been discussing within the macro intel, I could pull this up right here to show you all real quick. I'll close this out the way so I could be able to see. But with our macro intel, what we've been talking about is, look at this. We've been talking about literally the cross-asset impact of the king dollar regimen. So the dollar has been king here. We haven't taken a look at the dollar this morning. Let's take a look at the DXY this morning while we are sitting here, because this has been playing a major part into our trades, right? Of what we've been looking for. So you can see it caught that resistance move, slight pullback, basically breathing from the big move of what it had, took a deep breath, and then now look, it's pushing back and continuing back to go up to the upside, which is drawing everything else along with it. What did we say about to understand the moves across indices, stocks, cryptos, and metals right now, we have to look directly at the US dollar index, following strong macroeconomic data, including a massive non-farm payrolls beat. The DXY surged out of its previous consolidation. It aggressively claimed the 100 handle and extends its multi-week rally upward into a premium array near 101.35 and 101.80. Is everything affected by the DXY? Absolutely. The DXY acts as an ultimate liquidity sponge because global assets are priced in dollars, and a surging dollar exerts a powerful gravity-like pull across every major asset class, draining liquidity from risk markets and commodities into the safety of the greenback. So, when you want to know why certain things are moving the way that they're moving, it's because of the dollar. You could go back and look at those of you who are my crypto users, go and look at USDT dominance. And then you tell me. Matter of fact, we could go and look at it together. I don't even have to let you wait on that. We can go and look at that together. USDT dominance. What do you see going on with USDT dominance? And I want to give it to you in a line, right? Like we can look at this from a line, not so much candle. What does it mean when USDT is down? What does that mean? Those of you who trade crypto, you should be able to know the correlations in between USDT and USDT dominance. So when USDT dominance is up and USDT is down, what is the correlation between the two? Can someone tell me in the chat, please? Those of you who are my crypto users. All right, so let's go back to ES. Look like we got a little weak here. So we see a little bit of a pullback here as the trade is trying to gain some breathing room here. It's 10:32 this morning so far. We see the reaction off of this fair value gap here, a shift in market structure. So we're going to go ahead and close out the trade.
Order filled.
And walk away with profits on today on this trade. I like it. Let's take a look at our execution marks.